Right. So, Mikroman's been messing around, alright? And in Discord, where is it? Discord. He has created a repo that he's made a sound player for the BBC. So he's been absolutely messing around. So I've just downloaded it. I've had to modify it slightly so I could get it working. But he has managed to get the BBC to play music. So here we go. And have a listen at this. I think it just goes round and round and round, I think. Oh, you forked it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, I had to do a bit of jiggery pokery with it because it wouldn't work on my machine. I was frantically trying to get it working just before we started. But this is going to be interesting when we start thinking about doing sound effects and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to understand how it works and everything. So I thought it was very, very cool. And so Mikroman's converted it to our specific build format. Yeah, you've converted it to kick, our kick format, and it works really, really well. So I've got to try and understand how it works. I mean, where's sound in it? Oh, there must be something else. What's that? Oh, this. Right, okay. So, excuse me. I'll have to have a look at that later on and try and understand how it works. But if Mikroman's going to start becoming the sound engineer because he started to make, he's made a sound player for the pet as well, which I thought I'd try and put into the Petsky Matrix game, because we haven't got sound effects on the bead, not on the pet. So thought I'd do that. Anyway, so we are back to what we was before, where we'd figured out how to get sprites on the screen using that that sprite program. What's it called? I think it's Beeb Spriter, I think. Hang on, let me find it. Yeah, Beeb Spriter. And we managed to get it to load onto the screen, yeah? So if I run, I think it ships, that one. And we got it to do it. Oh, well, that's not it. As you can see, I broke it. Oh, I broke it. But the only reason I broke it because I was trying to fix this problem here. Yeah. So, oh, what did I break? Never mind. I broke it. But I got created a new one. So this is Ships version 2, and this is what I was working on at the weekend when I was watching Shallan stream. And this, I've managed to get it. There you go. Stable sprites. So we've got what, 5 sprites here, 6 with this one. There is no flickering whatsoever, but it's a bit of a cheat. It's a bit of a cheat because I was watching some videos that Andy put on in the chat to explain how the interrupts work. And basically what's happening is we're waiting for V blank or something, which starts up here, and then we was drawing the sprites as we went down. But the problem is we was raster chasing or trying to keep in front of it, and then on this one it caught up with us. So I thought, right, if we do something and change the order of how it how it generates the sprites, then we could beat the raster. So what was happening is we created the sprites. I've rewritten the draw routine, you'll see in a minute. So I created the sprites, yeah. So before we was doing this one, then that one, then that one, and that's where the raster caught us up, and then we did that one, and that one. What I've done now is I've changed the sprite drawing program routine. You'll see that in a minute. But I also changed the order that they draw the order that they drew in, because the library that we're using draws in order of them being inserted into the array. So if like we put that one in the array last, that one was in first, so it draws them in the order that you put them in the array. So all I've done is I've tweaked. I changed the order. Still looks like it takes more than one raster. Yes, it is. But the beauty of it is it doesn't catch back up, because we put that that color changing thing, which I can do, I'll put in. Let me see if I can put that back in. I think I just remmed it out. I can't remember. Oh, with the screen being that size. Where is it? Here we go. I don't think I turned it off, did I? No, didn't turn it off. Right, so we're going to put the... Later, mate. Thanks for subbing, by the way. Right, so we're gonna launch it. So now it's the background gets changed on each of the sprites. Ooh, and it's always white. Nah, that weren't right, was it? Where is the colour? R8. Oh, am I doing that? I can't remember. Oh, can't remember when I was doing it. Right, that's the old routine. Render sprite. So the new routine is mine. So why is that not updating? Is it because I'm not using R8 anymore? I'm not increasing it, am I? Hang on. Where's the ink? Here we go. Here. That's it. Ooh, wrong one. That's 64. Right, so you should see the backgrounds now. There we go. So this one here, yeah, this one is the first one, which is that sprite now. Then this blue one here is that one. Then this one is that one. Blue is that one. Yellow is that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've got 5. Yeah, so white is green. Right, the reason what I've done is I changed the order it draws the sprites. So it'll always draw this one first. So when it starts the thing, it draws this one first. Then it draws this one second. Yeah. So this one's displays second. Then I jump to the top and display that, because by that time the raster's down here somewhere. And so we get stable sprites. But when it comes to writing a game, I don't know how I'm going to work out the maths for this to make sure that we draw the sprites in the right order. Because these could it depends. If we're just doing just doing like Space Invader type shoot 'em up, then it won't be too bad. But yeah. But sorting, I suppose we'd have to pick a halfway point and then run down it. Write a better sprite routine, yeah. So what I did, I'm messing around with the sprite routine. So this is the old one. Where is it? Render sprite. So this is the old one. Now the beauty about this sprite routine, it takes in whatever size sprite and displays it, but it takes such a long time to do it. So what I did was I cheated. What did you guys call it? Roll it out. So what I do is I work out the address where the sprite's going to start being plotted, and then I store that location in many places along here. And what I've done is that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. So each character is going to be 7 lines. And then I just run through it. Yeah, I just run through it. So I load the character, EOR it. I know Proton was saying don't do that, but the only reason I EOR it is because it runs this routine twice. One to put it on the screen and one to take it off the screen. And then I just added the line to it, which was 278. Draw the next line. Now it made it quicker. But it restricted it to a specific size of sprite. So I had to redo the sprites. So if you look in Beeb Spriter, I had to do them again. So V2. There we go. There they are. So I made them all the same size. Alright mate, I'll have a look at it in a bit, yeah? I've got it up now. So I made all the sprites the same size. So I've had to, the blue bug, the boss one, I had to resize down a little bit, but it didn't come out too bad. And then the other ones, we've got a bit of space just around them to make them all the same size. But it's worked. It's worked. But now the problem is I cheated because I changed the order the sprites were going on the screen. Yeah. So this one is the scorpion sprite. Yeah. So this is the big blue ship, and green ship, that's at the bottom. Yellow ship. So I added the yellow ship last, the yellow wasp second to last, the red bug, the blue bug, that's the top level, and the green ship. Now the green ship is the one at the bottom, and I put the scorpion on it. So I changed the order. So what it does, it renders, let's say, it renders the bottom. So from there, it renders that first, then this, and then that, and that. So the raster now, so what happens is, by the time we get to the ship, the raster's here. Yeah, because I always worked out it was the third sprite where the raster caught us up. Yeah. So I thought if I draw two sprites that are nowhere near the top of the screen, by the time we get to the third sprite, which is this one, the raster's passed. It'll be here. And so we've got stable sprites. But now we've got to write a sprite routine that's going to order it properly. So when we run the render sprite program, it will do it in an order that is raster friendly. So that was challenging. So I watched a couple of the videos that Andy put on about trying to control where the raster is, and trying to manipulate when the raster fires, and they seem to do it based on the timer. So they work out whether the computer creates an interrupt when it hits the top of the screen, where the raster hits the top of the screen, and then they were using one of the timers to work out how far down the screen they need to be before they. Do you have an index table for each of the sprite properties? We have a table. It's not indexed, but it can be. It can be indexed just by changing a few things. But the problem was it was taking so much time up trying to work out how many ticks to set the timer for it to fire, and I thought, oh, it's just too much. We can identify the top of the screen without using OS calls. Yeah. So when we do, where is it? This, where it waits for the top of the screen, we can do that without having to do an OS call, like we can do the keyboard without OS calls as well. And I've been looking into that. So what I was going to try and do now was trying to see if we can, because we've only got 8 sprites. I think we've only got 8 sprites. It's at the bottom. How many sprites we got? 8. So the table has only got 8 sprites in. Now we could boost that to whatever. And what I was trying to do is trying to figure out how many sprites I could get on the screen without, for the Space Invader effect. Now I think we need more, but the problem is how many raster lines is that going to take up to put them on the screen? Because we either have to make the sprites smaller, because they're all currently they're all very large. Yeah, so if I open that one up, they are very large. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 1 byte there. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 14 bytes of information just to put one sprite on the screen. I don't doubt, Proton, that those 6 sprites can be can be sorted quickly. But what the thing is, I think what the time is taken up, because if you think about it, each pixel is half a byte, right? It's a nibble, and we're putting because it's not 14 bytes, is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 16 by 7 bytes. Hang on, let me work that out. Yeah, that's 112 bytes we're putting on the screen. That means that's bigger than the C64 sprite. So what I was trying to think of was, how can we make these smaller so it takes less time to put them on the screen? Which means we can get more sprites on the screen, and then we'd be able to do the Space Invader effect, the Space Invader game. So it's gonna be a bit of a job to try and make these smaller. What sort of level of detail? And my graphic skills are not brilliant. I'm telling you now. So I was trying to find the Space Invader graphics to give us an idea. I mean, let me see if I can find it. So we are wanting... So how many is that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8 by 11. We could do this. We could do these sprites. Let's save that link. Right, let's see if we can. Oops, is that one in there? See if we can try and replicate them. See how big they are. Right, I've got to find where I put it now. There we go. Right, so we can put that down. So there's the picture. Right, so I'm going to create a new one in mode 2. Let's add a sprite. Now, we reckon it's 1, 2. See the... I unrolled the drawing, yes. The thing is, the sprite doesn't move 1 pixel, right? Let me run it. Oh, let me take the colours off first. Ooh, not that one. That's it. Right. So I unrolled the draw routine. I made a different one. Right, so if I slow this down to that, if you look, it's moving 2 pixels. So every time it draws, it's not moving 1 pixel, it's moving 2. So if I put my mouse there. In fact, let's put it there. See, it's doing 2 pixels at a time. Yeah, so when it comes back, 2, 2, 2. And I can demonstrate this by on down here. So if I put my mouse on that tail there and move it over just by clicking it once, look, it's moved 2 pixels. If I move it back, it's 2 pixels. Move it, 2, 2, 2. The data's the same, yeah, because what it's doing is it's not it's the pixels are, let me load that back in. Right, it's 2 pixels per byte, yeah. So instead of shifting this over 4 bits to make it truly move from there to there, the routine doesn't. It just goes, right, I'm moving to the next byte. So it's literally shifting the whole lot across by 1 byte in memory. And so on the screen, you're moving 2 pixels. And so it doesn't worry about the shifting effect where you have to shift 4 bits to make it come there, because you've got to remember that mode 2, the mode 2 configuration is not 4 bits for that and 4 bits for that. It's interlaced, if you remember, paired up, paired up, paired up. So you've got those two, those two, those two, and those two. So there's more maths involved in trying to do a bit, trying to make it do a bit shift. And even that game that was it, Kevin Edwards. When I was looking at that, he's not worried about single pixel moving. The actual minimum pixel movings he's doing is 2. He's moving it always 2. That's the minimum. The maximum's quite a lot, especially when he's got the sprites whizzing around the screen. You know, some of them would jump in a whole character, but because it was so fast, it didn't look like it. Now, and that's why I've been trying to understand how the sprites and the memory have been working, as well as trying to understand where the raster line goes, because you cannot find out where the raster is. There's not a register that tells you what line the raster's on that I can see. There's an interrupt that fires when it reaches the top of the screen, when it gets to the blank, the V blank, yeah. Then an interrupt's fired, so you can attach to that interrupt, but you can't find where the raster is on the screen. And the way the guys were doing it on the videos is they were timing it using timers for the VIA chips to work out how far down the screen to go. So Elite, apparently, when it does its split from high resolution to mode 2, no, but if I want more characters, if I want more sprites on the screen, I'm going to need to make them smaller because they won't fit. Yeah, they won't fit because they're too big. Yeah, I think they're too big, to be honest. But we can put more on. You know, we could have that one at the top as a boss man, and then these. We just have to put some more sprites in. But we'll try it with these. We'll have 4 rows. So we'll have 1 row of them, 1 row of them, 1 row of them, 1 row of them. See if we can get it. So now to work, got to try and work it out now. So if we're gonna have 4 rows, let's say 5 sprites on a row. It's 20, 25. So we need to boost this to 20 and 25. Ooh, that's going to push it to the limit, that is. Bit interesting to see. But we won't at the moment. We're just going to leave it with 8 and we'll just work out, we'll just put them on. So I need to do a 4 next loop on this. So that's the green shit. This is the first one. So we need to put a 4 next loop on there. Oh, and I've forgotten how to do 4 next loops. Is it that? Oh, I've forgotten how to do 4 next loops. You could split the sprites smaller blocks and don't draw the empty ones. Yes. So on that array, on the array, we're going to have because at the moment, oh, there is a flag on it. On the array, there's a flag on it that allows us to mark it that it's empty. I think it's in here, this flags array. We'd have to see, I think it marks it as F255. Get a slot, so here we go, get a slot. So yeah, this is the where you get a slot. So 255 is comes back when it's empty. Z is if the slot is free. Oh right, okay. Anyway, so yeah, 4 next. For next loop. Oh, my brain's fried. Gonna have to cheat. Where's my manual? Well, this is what I was thinking. That's why I was looking at this. These seem to be smaller. I mean, the colours are going to have to be a bit different because we don't have two versions of grey. Where's the please? Right. Kick assembler. Help. 4. Search. Why is the searching not working? Oh, you're looking for the... You're looking for it. It's there. Can you see it? You see it? There. The only reason it's there is because I got a window. I got a window open. I didn't want it falling out. So I put it up there for the moment. It's going to have a place there, but I think I'm going to put it on this shelf here. But I'll go shift some books around. Right, I've forgotten how to do a 4 next loop. I have forgotten how to do a 4 next loop. It's really bad. And the other thing is I've just shifted up. Yes, I know, and I know. The problem is, mate, I've been trying to do stuff, other stuff. Where are we? I can't get the syntax right. Ugh. Right. Are you sure? Do I need the fire in front of it? Yeah, I need the fire in front of it. Right, so equals 0. Get rid of that. 5. That? Oh. Thank you, Andy. So I'm going to try and put this on the screen. And so Y is going to be the same. So we'll keep it at 60. You do need sleep. And X is the one that we are going to place. So X is down here. Y is at 80. X. So we need to put X star 20. Let's do that to start with. Yes, we are. Yes, X may be a bad variable. Let's go down to where I always fall to. There we go. So that's going to take up all our sprites, that is, but that's all right. Let's see if it runs. Oh, and it's blown a fuse. Right, why did that not work? Why did that not work? Main. So it's here. Right. Naught. So where's the other one? 20. Oh, it's done it. Right. Maybe because let's put 3 on there. Right, so we've got 3. Okay, now the reason it's not moving, yeah, why is it not moving? It should be at least going backwards and forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've filled all the sprites up. So let's boost the number of sprites to say 16. Right, so we should be still okay. But no, we're not. Why not? We're Where's this storing it? Should be down here. Yes, it is. Oh, why is that not storing it? I bet there's a limitation in the in this library. Sprite size is 16 by 16. That should be all right. Let's try 09. So 9 works. Right, let's do 10. I wonder if there's a limit in the library. Yeah. Let's jump to, so go C. Oh. Yeah, of course. Alright then. We'll do F. Right, so F works. So it didn't work when we moved to 16, so I reckon there's an indexing issue. Yeah. So we'll do OF. We'll see how many sprites we can get on the screen. 15 sprites. So we've done 3. Let's do another 3. This time not the green ship, but this one. So we'll do 3 of them. And we will copy that. And we'll put it in there. So we will say 30. Make this 10. Right, let's see if we can get some more sprites on the screen. There we go. So the raster's starting to affect here. But we'll keep going. We'll see how bad it really gets. So we've done that one. Do this one. Because it may be the point that we'll have to write our own sprite routine. It's a bit difficult to cast the sprites to 0 page when they take so much memory up. That's the problem. So 10 to 30 is 20 plus 50. Let's see what that does. So that's where our raster is affecting there. So that's where we're catching up with the raster there. Right, let's do the next one. That's there. Grab that. Just half a 0 page. Here we go, it's starting to slow down now. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. So we've only got space for one more sprite. So I think we're going to have to oh, we've got something going off here. There, that one is slowly catching that one up. It is. It's merging. Oh, this one's moving as well. Yeah, that's creeping across the screen. So as you can see, this library has issues. And this one, this is creeping across the screen as well. So it's gone. Is it merged? Anyway, so this library has issues, so we're going to have to write his own sprite library, which is something that I thought was going to have to do. But I understand now how to put the sprite on the screen. So we have to define how big we want the sprites, yeah? And then be able to put them on the screen, because when you unroll, as you call it, you can't use dynamic shaping then, because you're unrolling the whole thing. And that's why I think these, because these seem to be of similar size, aren't they? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a big one, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 12. Which is sort of the same sort of size that we've got at the moment. Oh. So we might have to crush them down. But we're going to have to sort this sprite routine out. Need to understand why it won't go more than 16. There must be a... It's this. Yeah. Yeah, the Von... Okay. Oh, for dynamics. Yeah, well, this routine's got flooring anyway, because it can only do 16 sprites, because they've only used a single sprite, single byte to work out the indexing. So we'd have to R5. What's R5? R5. It doesn't tell me. Okay. Right, temporary storage, here we go. R5 is temporary storage for the X register. and that's why it's only 1, because we're loading it via X. Okay. Gonna have to make his own routine up, I think. To allow us to put more sprites on there. Now I'm not too sure what all this is all about, to be honest. I think this is where it's got line drawing. Yeah, horizontal line drawing. I've not touched it yet. Right, let's see if we can find anything of that. There's only 1. Is there anything anywhere else? So they only use it once. That's interesting. So technically we could rem that out and change that to 8. That should give us, so that's 20 in it. That should give us some more sprite space. Right, see if that works, because if that works, whoops. Ooh. We've got a shift. It is breaking down. The more sprites we're putting in, it's breaking down. Right, so we need to create our own sprite routine. Right, what we got here? Address of the sprite, yes. X and Y. We don't need height and width. Don't need height and width. Right. Right, okay. So I think we need to create our own library. Right. So we can try and... right, I've got the bare bones of it because I've got this one here, right? So we'll use my draw routine. We've just got the array thing to work out. So let's see what it's doing. So get sprite slot. So this is where it goes and looks into the array to try and see if it's got a sprite available. So load a transfer, load sprite logic. If it's equal to 0, skip. That's a bit... oh, it's the high byte. Okay, I'll add it off. Load 7, add it. Right, so that is working out what sprite slot we've got. We then, where do we go? Where do we go? Then we populate the array. And then we do this, STAX16. Let's find out what that is. Ooh, that's probably in the macros. Let's have a look. this STAX16. That's definitely the one, isn't it? So it's taking the value and storing it in the address. So it's taking that value and storing it in that address. That can't be right. No, it's taking that value and storing it in that address. That value in that address. Okay. Right. Okay, I know what that is. And then it does the render sprites. So this is all the gubbins that I got confused over. Okay. Now R8 is us. That was the colour. So it stores it in R5. So that's the X. Load the logic. If it's equal to 0, bypass the whole lot. Move on to the next one. Okay. So we're loading that. Store it in mode 1, which is here. Get the other logic. So we're this routine is changing. Okay. Load the sprite flag. If it's 1, branch to there. So we're okay. So if it's 1, it's drawn. So it bypasses the arrays. Runs our routine. And then draws. So why is it getting all mixed, all its knickers in a twist? Must be my draw routine, hang on. No. I don't know why that's not drawing right. Everyone's wrong. Okay. Let's drop the sprites back to whatever it was. 8. Well, we'll do it to 16 because that's where it fell over before. Does it fall over now? Yeah. Oh, I've well and truly broke it now, haven't I? well and truly broke it. Right, I better put it back. I'll leave them remmed out, see if it fixes itself. Right, so it's fixed itself. So why is it wrong? Why does it not like when I drop it 8? Oh, that's 9, isn't it? That's 9. Ah, that's why it was throwing a fit. So what don't we need? Don't need them, do we? Oh. Don't need the height and width, I'm sure we don't. Right, it's going to be a load of errors. Where are we? We don't need that lot. And then in here, don't need the height and width because they're all the same. Right, okay. Let's change the reference. So this is going to be 4 and 5. Change that back to 8. Right, let's see if it's still working. Ooh, boom. Why is that not working? We're not using sprite, we're not using them, so it shouldn't affect it. It's to do with the memory offset, sure, it's got to be. I mean, it's drawn them all. Just not executing. So it's drawn them all. It's here, isn't it? Sprite logic. It's got to be that. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Wally time. There we go. Right, so we should be able to put more sprites on now. So we've got 20. Let's make it 16, 24. Right, let's do 24. Let's see how bad that's going to get. So we're going to put the rest of them on. Done that one. What's that one? The yellow shit. And we will put that at 90. Right. There we go. Right, let's line them up. So I'm going to line them all up. There's still some wandering going on. So 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. And we'll get to 5. See how I look with 5. Right. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26. Oh, hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We ain't got enough sprites. So let's do that. So that should give us 26 sprites. That should be enough. Here we go. Oh, I hate to see how many frames this is taking. Yeah, I was just looking. We'll have to evenly space them out, I think. So the top row was, so what we're doing, 80, 200, 40, 50, 60, 70, 70, 60, 50, 40. That's strange. Hang on. Oh, that's why. That's why there's no gap at the bottom. So we're gonna have to put it up. Blue bug. So we're gonna have to say 35. Give the impression it's got the same amount of space. Whoa, too much. Okay. Oh, like a Wally. 40 minus 5 is 3B. Let's go down one. B, C, D. Let's try that. Did that go down? Ooh. I think it's only working to characters as well. I haven't done up or down on that. I ought to do up and down on that. Right, let's get the green ship moving around. Right, green ship controls. What's up and down? Left and right. Oh, P and L. So that's up. That's down. Right, let's see if it's jumping characters. Right, A and D, P and L. Right, A and D. Right, I'm now hitting P, so it's going to go up. Ah. Right, so it's only going up characters. We can fix that. We can fix that, I think, because that is in this get pixel address routine. So you got to remember, right? So every pixel are going across is half a byte. That's why they're moving 1 byte, so it's 2 pixels. But going up and down, we should be able to get it down to the row level. So what are they doing? So that's the screen address. X and Y is the coordinates. Okay, so Y is the one we're interested in. Transfer Y into A, and it with 7, store it in the screen location low byte. Okay. Okay, I understand that. Then transfer Y into A. Okay, so they're going to divide by 8. But hang on, divide by 8 times by 2 is divided by 4. So divide by 2, divide by 4. And they want to reset the first bit so it can index into the table. Ah, okay. Transfer A into Y. That should. So they've right. So this is when you divide the Y by 8 to give you the number of rows. The remainder is what you need to add to that row, which is what they're doing here. So we've divided it by 8, and we stored it in SL. Then we get SL, add it to the table. So what's this? AS161. Oh, here we go. Logically shift left, so that's times by 2. And then roll the address. So roll the accumulator into the address. Where's the output gone? There we go. So we're rolling, taking the number from X, and we are multiplying it into that by 4. Why would they be multiplying by 4? But they're doing it, yeah, multiplying by 4. So God, it's a weird way of doing it. 0 to 32, that's the row value, that's the row indexing. So why is it on? It should be going up. It should be going up by row. That should be going up by row. Now I don't. So I get the pixel address, which is here, which is stored in SL and SH. Oh, hang on. Right, P. Ah. Hey, Grey Defender. Yeah, I broke it a little bit. Oh, by the way, I owe you some points, don't I? Now you're on, I can give them you. There you go, mate. Yeah, I've broken it. I'm trying to get it to pixel shift. Because by default it's not pixel shifting. Right, so when I go up, it's going up by characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First world problems. Yeah. So it's I mean, it's doing well, it's doing byte shifts that way. And doing byte shifts that way, which we can handle. But going up. But then again, no, we still want it to, right, let's get this done. Right, so let's we'll put the sprite, we'll get the sprite starting at the top. So where's the nearest one at the top? So that's this one, isn't it? 40. So we'll put that at 10, 20, 30, 50, oh, have I gone wrong? 30, 40, and then up the top would have been 50. No, that's mine. So that's 50. Right, let's just see if they're at the top of the screen. Yes. Right. I'm going to get them to move down the screen. I'm going to start getting them to move down the screen. So, sprite logic. Blue ship control. So that's it. That's the one. So what we're going to do is when it hits that or that, we are going to change Y. So we're going to change Y. So sprite Y, comma X. Set carry. And subtract. No. It's not subtracting. It's adding. Add to Y. Now we'll make that 2. No, 3. Right, so they should start moving down. It depends what the threshold for the pixeling is. So that's added 3 to Y. And we're coming back, we're going to add another 3. Then another 3. And it's not moving them down. Sprite X, comma X. Sprite Y, comma Y. Comma X. That should work. So we swap the calculation over, which is this, which we're not bothered about that. But, well, let's put a big number in there. No, Who's moving? No one is. Not a problem. So, see if it's actually moving down. Well, one of them's down. Right. I know what the problem is there. Right, what's happening? Whatever sprite is touching the edge, that's moving down. So there's different sprites touching the edges at different times. So we need to, when one of them touches the edge, they all do it. Yeah. So we just need to run through it. So we just need to run through block size. Sprite Y. Yep, that should do it. So this is going to be our looper. Then transfer X to A, CLC, add that, transfer A into X, ooh. Let's keep an eye on the counter. CPY with maximum sprites. So we start at 0. Yeah, that should be okay. Branch not equal to, no, branch if equal to end. Transfer X into A, add that, jump to looper. And then here RTS. Right. So we jump back out. So that should do everything. So that should move everything down when it hits the edge. But it's going to move me down as well. Why is that down there all the way down there? That should have worked. That should have worked. If the sprite has got no Y value, it shouldn't do it anyway. But the thing is, it's going to be doing my ship as well. I can see it happening because my ship is in that array. But this has come down here. Now it's up there. So it's not doing them all. Come on, John, what are you doing wrong? That's what I'm doing wrong. See, it's moved me down, look. But it's only moving some of them. Ooh. That should be doing all of them. Load sprite Y, comma X. If it's equal, let's get rid of that. Let's do the lot. 8. They're cloning themselves. Yeah. Oh. Oh, we're leaving artifacts behind. But it's only doing the bottom row. And this one here. I mean, it's doing me. I'm disappearing off the screen. Maybe the jump's too big. It can't handle it. Yeah. I mean, it's handling the X. Right. Let's do this. Let's just do one. It's handling the X and Y because, well, it's handling the X because we're moving over and we've got blank space around. But I don't know why the bottom array was only doing it and then the top one was being missed. And we've got the right number of sprites on there. See, nothing's moved yet. There we go. So he's having a problem. See, I mean, that's not having a problem. But he's having a problem going down now. No, that's because right, I'm being affected by the sprites, this sprite logic. I'm being affected by the sprite logic because it's doing all the sprites and I'm in the same. But when I move up, I'm fine. So why is these? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, it's the way this render works. This here, the rendering sprites, it's the way this works because it's only concentrating on the one sprite, yeah? But we're affecting all of them. So it never does the arrays of the other sprites, it just does the arrays of the arrays of the one that it's working with. So that's why we get, but it doesn't explain why only one of the rows is going down. So what's happening is when this one hits, it goes down. Look, it didn't leave an artifact, but the rest of them did because they never went through the draw arrays routine. So one of these, so it's this one here. So but none of the other ones are moving. That is weird. I'm adding the sprite block size. So the sprite block size is 8. Oh. Am I testing for that? Oh, that's why. Another. Right, we should have all of them moving now, hopefully. Go on, go down one. All of you. There we go. Got pretty colours. Right. And so, because we're affecting all the sprites, it doesn't do the arrays on the other sprites. So this routine is starting to become irrelevant. So what we need to do is we need to tell all the sprites one at a time. Now, how are we going to do that? So what we need to do is when a sprite hits the side and it says, right, I need to drop down. So we need to do it for that sprite, but then tell all the other sprites that they need to drop down when they go through their draw cycle. So we could use this sprite flags. I think we can use that. Let's see where it's used. Right, so that's using, okay, so we can use that. We just use a different bit to say go down, because they'll never go up. And then when it's gone through it, we can reset it. So raise the old sprite. Do the routine. That's where we can check. Alright then. that's where we can check. Right, so down here. So instead of adding right. What is it? Where's that flag? Sprite flags. So we're going to do all the aliens. Right, so load the sprite flags. OR. And we are going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That one. So we'll use X. I suppose we ought to check whether it's used or not. Whoops. We'll do that later. We'll do that later. We just want to make it do. So branch if not equal to looper. Don't need that. Don't need that. So that's going to tell. That's going to tell the system to move us down one. I ain't got those yet. I ain't got that yet. I'm trying. I'm trying to find some sort of game that I can put on there. I'm still learning this Java malarkey. Right, so we're setting the sprite saying we've got to move them all down. Now we've got to perform that action. So as well as doing the function, we need to get it to perform the action as well. Now, we do this here. So we're not going to call this move aliens down. We're going to say okay. So if we do it in here, I'm just wondering whether we do it in here or outside of the routine. If we do it in here, no, we'll do it outside. We'll have to do it in here when it's rendering it. So just before it does the draw, yeah, just before it does the draw, we need to update it. So if we, oh, it's already got sprite flag. So if we AND it with branch if equal to 0, so if it's equal to 0, it means it's not set. So then we can sprite y comma x ADC, we'll do 8, and then we'll load, we'll do this, but instead of 01 we're going to AND it (1101), AND it, and then store it back, so it turns it off to say, right, I've performed that update. Then it draws the sprite back on. Right. Let's see what damage we can do. Oh, and it threw a fit. Why did it throw a fit? X should be okay. Load that, store it. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's right. Line X, CPX with maximum number of sprites, not equal to there. Do the next one. Once it's done them all, drop out. Comes back to here. So it's done that. Loads the flags. Well, it ORs it with 01. We then mask our bit off, jump to there. Oh, right. Why is it falling flat? Oh. So it's drawing the first one and then throwing a fit. Oh, bad program is not a good error message. We're keeping X intact. We're not changing X. Are we? Oh, hang on. No, we're destroying X, aren't we? Destroying it here. Right, let's change this to Y. Right, just wondering if it's because of X being destroyed. Nope, ain't that. Yeah. Yeah, crash. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it does the first one. So it's around here somewhere. It's around here where it's having a fit. So we're doing our JSR, which does this, returns back to here, and then jumps to this. Well, to be honest, don't need that really. Right, I've got a suspicion it's this, so let me just rem that out and see if it still runs. No. So it ain't that. Okay, John, what have I done? Oh. Okay. I know what I've done wrong. I know what I've done wrong. Right. Put this back to how it was before. Got to remember that we've got to add the number of we've got to add the sprite block size to X to make sure we're looking at the right one. That's what was happening. We was destroying the jump vector. So we store X away because we need that, and then we get it back here. Do our bit. So Y should be still comparing, but if it's equal to the max sprite, would come out right. Right, that. There we go. Drop down everyone. Now my ship's dropping down as well. Right. So we've got the basic wrap round as well. Well, we've got the basic movement going, right? So what we need to do is we need to have the ship not in the same array as the aliens, right? And so the ship will be unaffected. So we'll go and we'll create another draw routine for the ship. But yeah, it wrapped round, didn't it? Yeah, it's wrapped round, look. Right, so what I want to do now is I want to see if it speeds up when we start taking ships out. So we need to put another skip. So we'll grab that and we'll put that there. So we need to find out, I want a different key. So where's the advanced user guide? There it is. So let's find in key. Working on it. No, next. There we go. Right, so we need, so I've got AD, PL, space, that'll do. So 9D. So 9D. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one sprite. Every time I press the space bar, I'm going to take a sprite off. We're going to turn it off. Yeah. So what I need to do here is to basically run through the sprites and then turn them off one by one. So let's do that. So we're effectively copying this. All right. So let's grab that. Right, let's paste that in there. Right, so when I get rid of that, when I press a space, I want to find the first sprite that is currently active. Now, the way they test for a sprite being inactive is this, sprite logic +1. So we're going to do the same thing. So we will go load sprite logic +1, and if it's equal to 0, then we'll move on . We'll bypass it. So we're going to bypass it, so we will need to come here, there. All right. So if it's equal to 0, that means it's switched off, so we don't need to do anything. So we need to move on to the next one. If it's not equal to 0, that means there's something in it, then we need to load 0 and store it in there And then once that's done, we need to jump to exit, because we don't want to do any more. That should do it. And then we'll load X back. Load X back, so we haven't destroyed X, because we would have done. Right, let's see what happens there. So this is when I press a space, it should remove one of the sprites. There we go. So now we need to figure out how to get the arrays to work. Because the way that it works here is testing logic +1, and if there's nothing there, it skips all the way down to here. So we need to, what we need to do is we need to not set the logic, but we need to set another bit, and then when it runs through here, so it erases it, we test it, and if it is, then that's where we set it. So we're going to change the way this works. So we're going to say yeah, if the sprite logic is 0, so we'll leave that as it is, don't do anything. But then we need to load the flags. So we'll grab this, and put it in place of that. But this time we're setting that bit there. That's telling it that one's gonna go. Alright? So in here we are going to, this is to add the sprite. Now we don't want to do that. We want to actually get in there before anything else. So we'll put it in here. So we'll do the same thing as this. But this is not bypass move sprite. This is bypass clearing. Yeah, that'll do. Which is then gonna go there. But I know you're probably all shouting at me, we need to reload this back in because we've destroyed it when we did the AND. Right. So we're checking for this bit. If it's not equal, that means if it's not equal to that bit, we bypass it. If it is equal to that bit, we've already removed it because we've already gone through the draw. So all we need to do is we just need to grab this, put that in there and turn it off. And also store it in there, so it never evaluates it again. Now we're not bothered about whether it's going to move or not, so we'll jump to we don't need to draw it again because that's going to draw it on the screen, so we're going to jump to skip. Right. That should do it, as he says with his fingers crossed. Right. So we're going to start removing them. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still removing them. Just oh, I've removed me. I've removed me. Okay. I removed me. Right, so we need a check here. We need a check. So if y equals 5, I think it was me, wasn't it? Hang on, let's run it again. One, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Can't take me off it. Right. So here. So right, so we'll test here. we'll test here for me. No, we can't. We've got to add me, so we'll test here for me. CPY hash 5. Branch if equal to that. So we run it again. So we miss me out. And in fact, I might do that on the. I'll do that on the adding and removing. Sorry, this one, the updating. Here we go. So we've set it there, but if we iron Y, do the add, then check for me, we send it back to here. So send it back to iron Y, so it's here. Call it the same name, might as well. Come back to here, that increase it. Right, hopefully now I should not. The giveaway is if I stop moving down, then it's worked. Right, am I moving down? No. Right, here we go. Right. Remove 0, 2. That's too quick. Another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. Ooh, now the blues are going. Oh, it's getting quicker. There we go. Right, let's do that again. So we've got the basis of a Space Invader game. So we've got the way to remove the aliens from the grid. Yeah, I'm not fast enough on the spacebar. If I really hit the spacebar hard, there you go. Doing one at a time now. Oh, there's 2 because I was not paying attention. So the width just... Oh! Right. So there we go. We have effectively got the basis of the Space Invader game. So what we need to do now, we've got plenty of sprites now, because we've got, what, 20 something. We need to put in a... So we need to create a bullet missile sprite. So we can, when we press the space, it fires a missile and then that runs on its own until it hits something. And then have the collision detection. Oh dear, that's going to be interesting. Yeah. So we're getting there. So I'm going to tidy this up before I put it online. I'm going to start commenting it as well because it's got no comments in it. But it looks like that's the way we're going to have to do this. So when we have to apply something to the entire sprite set, we're going to have to set the flags, and then in the sprite rendering sprite routine, we act on that flag here. I think that's the way we're going to have to do it. All right. Well, I don't really. I mean, we could put the bullet in, I suppose. Where's the J spriter? Let's see if we can work out a bullet. Open. So we need a bullet of some sorts. New sprite. And I'll just do 8x8, but it's not 8x8. It is 14x16. Try and keep them all the same. Right, bullet. How are we going to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Luckily, we have a center, which is there. So, I am rubbish at this. Absolutely rubbish. God, this looks terrible. I can't do this for toffee. Give it some yeah, where is he when you need him? I was trying to be let's see, red, white and blue. There we go. Go away. So this is flames. That'll do. That will do. Right, so if I do that, that saves it. Oh, it doesn't look too bad, I suppose. File save. File export to Beeb. All my source code is now in a different place. Ships v. Ooh, what am I calling it? That's a point. Ships v2. So we'll call it Ships v3. Save that. Right, so v3. So we should have our information, which is there. So that's our offset. So what we need to do is, where we've got our spacebar here, instead of doing this knock one off job, we need to instantiate a sprite with the bullet in it. So effectively we need to write our bullet routine. So we will use we'll use this, and then we'll just take out what we don't need. So this is bullet controls. So we are going up the screen, so we'll always be subtracting, and we'll subtract 4. When it gets to store it in there. So when it gets to 0, we need to turn it off. So we can do that here. So when it gets to 0, where are we? Yeah, here. So when it gets to 0, we need to turn it off. So branch if not equal to skip. If it equals 0, we know what X is because we haven't destroyed it. I'm going to turn it off. Don't need that. So it's going to subtract 4 from the Y, not the X. Subtract 4 from the Y, so that means every time it runs it's going to go up, and when it hits 0, in fact, oh, it won't go into minus, will it? So we'll have to make sure everything's divisible by 4. Yeah, we'll have to make sure everything's divisible by 4 to make sure that we get to 0. But in fact, if we store it, oh, we can do that anyway. Branch if minus, branch if plus. If it's minus, then we've turned off because we wouldn't. It doesn't recite, doesn't do it. Right, that's the bullet control. So we've got the bullet controls. Right, let's grab this. So we get a slot. We don't need that. We are going to start it from. We are going to start it from. Ooh, yes, we need something in there. Because we're going to destroy X, and we still need to know what X is. So we'll destroy X because of this here. So so I should be able to. We can use Y. So transfer X into A, transfer A into Y. Right. So we need to tell it to be... Right, I'm going to tell it to be on the ship. I'm going to tell it to be at the same Y level as the ship. Yeah? So Y and the same X as well. We can work out... that in a bit to make it be above it. I just want to see it. I just want to see it fire off. Then we tell it that we want that to be the control, and then we've got to tell it what the ship is. Now, where is that info? That's got to be at the top. Constants, no, that's got to be in there. Nope. No, it can't be in sprites, surely. No. Aha! Right, let's create another label. Sprite bullet. Where's our information thing? And the offset is that. Right, so that's told it where the sprite is. Right, so let's just make sure we've got this done. So, sprite bullet. So we're grabbing a slot. No. Down here. There we go. This is the one. So we're grabbing a slot. We're setting the Y value of the sprite to be the Y value of the ship. Same with the X. We're telling it what the sprite is and what the logic's going to be. And then we bring back X back from the dead so we don't screw up our routine. Right, so when I press a space, we should see something. Hopefully. Here we go. Fire. 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 Fire! It's not doing anything. Oh. Transfer X into A into Y. Right, get sprite slot. We haven't run out of sprites, have we? Can't have done. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25, 26. How many sprites did we set up? $26. That's why it didn't work. So we will add 2 more. Right, fire. Well, it's there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 rows. There's 5 rows there. Oh, could I be removing AMK points? Right, so we have a problem. So it created the sprite. Right. So it created the sprite, but it's not doing the subtraction. So when the render sprites comes into it, it's not doing the subtraction by the looks on it. We'll try again. We'll just make sure, because it was just sitting there. Right, fire. So it's just turning off straight away. We've got flashing characters though. Ooh, that's interesting. But it doesn't seem to be running through the control mechanism. This, where we subtract from the Y, doesn't seem to be running through that. So let's just make sure that we've set it up. Sprite logic is bullet control. Let's do the Y. So LDA Y. So that's loading the ship. Set the carry. Subtract 8. Store it in the new Y. Okay. So why is it not doing this? Compare it with 0. In fact, we don't need that, do we? Don't need that at all. In fact, if it goes branch of carry clear. No, branch of carry set. So if the carry's still set, then it didn't borrow, so we can skip it. If the carry's clear, then we borrowed, so we can go through there. Right, let's try that. Hooray! And it's gone. Right. There's two. Right. So we can make that go faster, I think. Let's go and make it do 6. There we go. I don't know why, right, don't know why he's leaving something behind. I think that's just because of the draw. I think that's just because of the draw. I'm just wondering if the erase routine is running when it shouldn't. But we can overcome that by where's the render? Right, so it's checking for bit 1. If bit 1 is set, branch if equal to 1, then it jumps past it. And I bet that's set to 0. So what we need to do is, we don't need to erase it first. Yeah, we just need to tell it not to do the erase function first. So we should be able to, here, let's grab that. We should be able to tell it here, don't do the erase function first. Load sprite, is it equal to 1? Yes it is. Bypass it. Right, let's see if we don't get the sprite on the screens just sat there. Here we go. Oh, it's still there. Wonder if then it's the other way around. Right. There we go. So that solved that. That flashing is interesting. I don't remember setting it to be flash. I do not remember it being flash. Oh, it's not there, is it? It's in there. I don't remember setting it to flash. But there we go. So we've got a rocket. We just need to set up the detection routine and to stop a double hit. It's a French rocket. I suppose it is. I suppose it is. Well, I'm sure you guys could come up with something a bit better than that. I mean, let's see if we can make it any better. Because I'm not happy with it. It looks a bit fat. Let's see. It's the French flag, yeah. Let's oh, what am I doing? Let's see if we can make it a little bit more. We'll put the yellow in there a lot, because trying to make it look like There we go. How about that? How about that? Does that look better? Or do we need... can we just lose that and do that? How's that? Does that look better? There's a rocket. Look very French, yeah. Can't have that. Can't have that. That's too big. Okay. Give it an alien detector. Right, let's try that. Export. We want probably, mate, probably. I don't know. According to this, I've got 6 people watching. Right, so let's do that. Save that. Let's run it again. So we should. Right, so we should have a better looking laser, bullet, rocket, whatever you want to call it. Right, here we go. That's better. I'm not too sure about the flashing flames though. It's definitely flashing the flames, isn't it? Right. Right, okay. Mode 2 has 16 colours. Right, let's just make sure I've got the right colours locked in. Right, let's do that. Let's save that and re-export. It's larger than the ship at the moment. Of course. Oh, that's better. I suppose it is a bit large. Yes, that's let's knock some spots off it. Right, so if we say there and do that, get rid of that. There we go. That might look a bit better. Right. There we go. A little bit better. And luckily, I've got it that we can, if we boost the number of sprites, hang on. If we boost our sprite matrix up, because I did it to C, so if I make it go there. Right, so we should end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at that. We could make Space Invaders so easy. We could definitely make Space Invaders too easy. So we've got enough. So hang on. So there's 1, 2, 3. That's 5. Yeah, that's 5 before. So we've got 4 spare sprites. Yeah, we've got 4 spare sprites. Because if we just have the... I don't think he will ever be unemployed. Not with my graphics. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that's 5. Now there's a bug in there somewhere because that's still keeping the sprites going. I'll have to figure that out. But let's put the sprites back down to C, so we only get B. So we only get 1 bullet, so we should only get 1 bullet now. There's 1, can't do any more. There we go. Now we can do another one. So, I think that's a good place to stop. Galaxian, it's taking on me time just get doing this. So, we've managed to get our array up and running. I know it needs a little bit of work, and maybe I'll do a bit of jiggery pokery on the array to make it a bit easier to use. But we've got the basics of Space Invaders. So we've got the ship, it moves. Well, it would do. I think I've screwed up my mapping. That is just going that way. I think I've screwed up my mapping. Right, A and D. Right, let's try that again. A and D. Right, there we go. A and D. So we've got the basics of the ship at the bottom. We've got it firing. We've got the aliens and the ability to remove an alien when it's been hit. We'll have to figure out how we're going to do the collision detection. And get some text up on the screen somehow. I'll look at Kevin Edwards' source code that he did for his what was it called? Galaxy something. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, Gala Force. That's it. This, because I quite like this font, so I'm going to try and figure out how he's done that, and then we'll figure out how to do the sound. Oh, can't shoot. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I'll look at his code, see how he's figured out how to do the collision detection, and then we'll try and put it into our routine and see if we can use the similar functions. Alright then, well, we've done a lot today. I'm really pleased. I got further than I thought I would. To making a BBC Micro game. What's his name? 06502. Watch out, we're heading for you. Alright then guys, well thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you on Wednesday. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.